What you do, however, have in the glass is the 2009 vintage. And adding to the speakers before me, I personally think this is one of the greatest vintage of Stellenbosch over the last 30 years.
The vineyard is also the first high-density planting at the estate. It's over 5,000 vines a hectare. It allows us to leave one bunch per cane, and so the total production of the vineyard is very similar to a commercial planting, but the individual vines don't do the same amount of work, so you get really interesting flavors.
I think the selection process has broadened the scope of the wines. There was more variety, and that's a great thing. And how exciting to see something like Touriga National from De Trafford. You know, something unusual and really tasting brilliant. A real quality wine that can last.
When I buy wine at the Guild, I want the wines to last. And I'm cellaring for that perfect experience in my restaurant where you can sit and have a matured wine at its best with the food we do. And I think the wine who tops that for me today was the Röstenfrede, in fact, which I thought that you can drink from now to 10, 15 years to come, and it will just go one way, and that is just to integrate better and become a beautiful wine.
I have to say, again, even though I've been to several of these, it's always wonderful to get into the winemakers' heads in terms of what they've produced.
I always enjoy putting 100% Shiraz, which is what we've done at Luddite for years and years. The chosen one, on the other hand, has always been tweaked with a bit of Cabernet, just to improve the structure and the balance of the wine.
My personal favourites on the white side were the interest in Chenin, a couple of fantastic Chardonnays, very Burgundian in style.
Always great, my favourite tasting of the year. Slightly different focus this year with the selection process, so I think they've gone a little bit less up front. Guys can express themselves a little bit more, but always fantastic.
Another thing that we do quite differently to our 9-yard Chardonnays, this is selected from a particular strain that we grew up on the farm with Neil Jolly originally, and analysed our own yeast species on the farm. So here you're looking at a wild yeast cultivation, which we use then exclusively on the CWG.
I think there's a new style of wines coming up, and it's more experimental, and people have, or the winemakers have more the chance or the ability to submit wines where they think it's something special and unusual, not just the mainstream, and that's quite something, and I think everybody's quite looking forward to it.